Hi guys, I'm Blimey. Welcome to the channel, and we've got our Season 40, War number 4 today. It feels like we're kind of running the gauntlet at the beginning of the season. We've had DSVG, New Nation, GT40, and now we're facing Jedi Assassins. So we've actually got 7 fights today. We've got the same team as last war, and we're going to be starting out on Path 8. I'm taking, again, another Ikaris with Tigra. This one's going to be pretty straightforward, nothing really extra node-wise that Tiger isn't going to naturally just shut down. So I like to start out with a heavy, just because I can't prevent his buffs without getting the neutralize up first, and heavy doesn't trigger anything. After that, just go for our special punish, then have a special 2. He's going to be almost dead, and there we go, he just kind of drops to the floor during his special animation. Alright, so next up we're going to be taking the Path 789 intersection node here with the hazard shift and the one where he gets a fury if there's a debuff on you. We're going in with our rank 4 human torch, and the hope here is that I can just nuke him pretty quickly without things starting to go wrong. And we're going to see that it will I do kind of push my luck here at the end, but you'll kind of see that. Alright, so it just kind of starts out strong. We're just going to get as many medium light mediums as we can during this incinerate phase. Going good. I kind of just stop right here right before he gets to special 2. And I'm hoping he'll just throw a special so I can take advantage of those power stings, but he's being really stingy. And I'm going to have to wait out this poison phase anyway. And yeah, he's just not throwing it at all. So here you go. I decided to go ahead and hit him again. There's the Mystic Dispersion, and he's getting a lot of power. I'm looking at his health bar, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's not even risk it. And yeah, well, I'm glad that finished him off. And going to just have a little bit of disclaimer. I'm going to have a few sketchy moments in this war. It's definitely not as clean as the last 2 videos I've posted, and we'll get to those a little bit later. Next up, we're going to be taking this Terrax on the Vigorous Assault and Buffet Over Time mini-boss. This was originally assigned to someone else in my battle group who also had a Tiger. I think it just kind of worked out better energy wise, but he was like, come on man, let me grab this Terrax, and he's like, alright, you got it man. Here we go. I'm going ahead and just throwing on a whole bunch of mystic power boosts because I've got a lot of mystic fights, but it's really almost not going to be necessary. Anyway, I'm like to just start out with a heavy on this one too, because I don't want to trigger a buff yet until there's a neutralize, because he'll just nullify it and then get that regen and be unblockable. This is just a little bit safer. His rock field here is expiring, and I'm gonna bait out a heavy punish, and then special 2 is going to finish it off. So Terrax is a very easy fight for Tigra. If you're doing your defense, you might want to kind of protect her from it, but it's a little bit harder now, even though, because Absorbing Man also exists. But overall, I think there's a lot more uses for Tigra, especially for this global node. Alright, so now here we have, this should be like a really standard fight. It's probably the one I was thinking the least about, and it's not very pretty at one point. So this is the node where he can glance and give you bleed debuffs if he has an armor up. We've got Claire here, so we're not worried about the bleeds. I just go ahead and intercept with a special 2, so I'm not gonna glance with it, and I can guarantee that I'm gonna get that buff immunity up. Go ahead and throw another one, and everything seems to be going just perfectly fine right now. So now I kind of just hoping he's going to throw his special 1, Not really doing it. Hit his block again. And now he's over to special 2, and I'm like, alright, I guess I'm just going to have to block this. Then I'm kind of realizing, oh wait, he's going to get a whole bunch of flourish. And, wow, okay. I just completely eat that special 2 to the face. The whole time I was just thinking, God, please don't crit, please don't crit. And luckily we survive, and Claire has a whole lot of healing with her special 2, so we're going to be fine, but that's one of those things you're like, can I just delete this video? But we're going to post it anyway. Mistakes do happen in wars. The important thing is that you just recover, and hopefully it's not going to result in a death. Alright, so that should have been a straightforward fight, but we did have a little sketchy moment there. Next up, we're going to be taking the Super Skrull. And again, this is just another straightforward Tigra fight. We're going to try to get a few heavy punishes and nuke with a special 2. I go ahead and just throw on a combat region boost here to kind of save some potions, because I've got a couple more Tigra fights coming up. Alright, here we go. Start out with a nice little intercept. He's being nice about throwing that heavy, getting our punish. I'm feeling pretty good about this. There's another heavy punish. And I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and just bait a special 1 and punish that one. And look at that, he dexes. I've had a couple of times where I've done Super Skrull and like it's been late enough so it wouldn't count as a punish. But I think that's the first time a Super Skrull has actually dexed my heavy after a special 1. But luckily he just kind of holds his block and I still get through. And it ends up being fine. But still, that's maybe 2.5 sketchy moments that we've had in this war. And we're not done yet because we've got this thing. I took it last war as well, and it went flawlessly. I threw on another advanced power boost, and I'm feeling good about this fight because I just did this one last war. So it's going good. He throws that heavy immediately. That's what we like to see. And then bam, I missed a parry. So right off the bat, lost a good chunk of health, and I'm kind of like doubting myself right now because I've already had so many like sketchy moments in this war. It's like, alright, it's gonna be fine, let's just get this special 1 out, and he is not throwing it. He's at 15 rock stacks. I don't have a neutralize up. My senses have fallen off. So now this is gonna be a problem because he has that strike counter block penetration node, and I'm really wanting to kind of like just cycle special 2s and have that extra power gain from her senses, and I'm not going to be able to get that. Spamming all of these heavies is just only going to continue to give him those charges, but I also kind of have to have those ruptures up to block out his healing. So I'm like, we're just gonna clamp down here and just keep on treating this like a Tigra versus thing fight. We got our senses back, we got our special 1s. I'm looking at his health and I'm like, you know what, this is fine. It definitely was not pretty and it could have gone worse. Again, mistakes do happen in wars, even at the very top levels. You just have to have like a plan in place in case things go wrong. So yeah, this definitely wasn't our cleanest war. My last fight here is going to be on this Hulkling, who has that kind of falter node if he has an expiring debuff. Then you'll be inflicted with a falter unless you hit him with a heavier special, which we are just always doing with Tiger, so it's not much of a worry. We've got our neutralize, shutting down all of his buffs anyway, so this is going to be a pretty simple fight for Tiger. I like to knock him down in the corner because I like the space it gives me whenever he throws a special one. It's just easy, a clean, easy 3 dashbacks, and then hold heavy. So there we go. We've gotten 2 heavy punches against the specials. Thrower special 2. And that was probably the easiest fight of the whole war. So yeah, there was war number 4 against Jedi Assassins. Right now, we are currently leading with them having 1 death and we are at 0. We've just had a very strong start to this season. I'm liking where this is going. I hope we can continue to get these donuts and perform well. Who knows, maybe a top 3 placement at the end of the season isn't out of the question, but you know, we just have to be consistent. But yeah, like I said, we've definitely been facing some big alliances just right out of the gate, but it's been a lot of fun. We've been having good results. The last war was against GT40, and it ended up in a 0-0 death count, which was, from what I understand, historical for top level wars. I don't think that has happened in Tier 1 ever. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed, and take it easy.